Cheers, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Testing one, two, three. Testing one, two, three. How is my audio? Want to make sure everything is working, so I don't do this too often. Good, good. Uh, so checking the chat real quick. I see Sugar Kitty, Four Leaf Whiskey, Bourbon were here early on. I had planned to go at 8, but something came up and I had to push it back an hour. But here we are. Hopefully, some more people show up. And Mr. Great Shot. Cheers, Mark. I will be putting the link up in not too short a time. Right now, I'm enjoying probably what's one of the worst pours of whiskey I've had in a long time. This is not good whiskey at all. Although, in fairness, it did spend something like 2 years sitting up in a garage attic, going through heat cycles, through the hot and cold cycles of winter and summer. So that may have done something to it. I, you know damn well I don't own a Chase hat. Come on now. Yeah, actually, it's this. This is some of the worst whiskey I've ever had. Virtually, when I first opened it during station stream, it had virtually no nose. It's gotten a little bit of a nose now that it's been sitting. There's a little bit of vanilla on the nose, but that's it. That's about all I can get out of it, and it's faint. And the palate is just a little rush of sweet up front, and then bitter, just bitter like tannins. So I don't know if it's just that this is. Yeah, that's not great stuff either. Yeah, I just had a flashback. Thanks. Oh, but this is pretty far up there too. It makes you wonder why an angel investor came in and saved them from bankruptcy. You guys just have a bad bottle, or it's corked. Who knows? But I do have a better bottle of Irish whiskey that I'm going to open. Maybe Four Leaf Whiskey will show up. Or at least I hope it's better. It's got to be better than this shit. Sorry, Gordon Nora. Oof. Although I do like the little slogan down here on the bottom of the label: "Live deliberately, drink responsibly." Nobody likes the drunken fool. Indeed. Cheers. Show me the proof. Um, I'm also hoping to get this on Wild Turkey 101 in a little bit, but first I'm going to torture myself. Ugh. Ah, nasty. Like I said, there's a little bit of sweet up front, then it's just bitter, bitter bite. It's not sour, but it's very sharp. There's a and there's a little bit of sweetness on the back end, but it's not worth going through going through the middle of the palate to get there. No way. You know, baseball though, aren't they playing tonight? Yeah, I guess tomorrow. Go Jays, go! Because I'm tired of the Dodgers. Sure, something like. All right, let me grab the link. Remember how this all works? Yeah, stupid screen there. There we go. Take down the current pinned comment. Pin that. If anybody wants to join in, the link is pinned. Feel free. Um, yeah, I decided to go live because I was aware that Mike was almost certainly not going live and Anthony was almost certainly not going live. There was like a slim chance that they might, but it was unlikely because I think Mike had guests Friday and Saturday night, so he's recovering. And I think Anthony had it was not a conference, but some trade show or something that was in town that he wanted to go to. So I decided I would step in and fill the gap for a couple hours anyway. Uh, and I do realize I'll have a hard time getting an audience because Stuff and Whiskey are live too, and more power to them. Yep, I know. I don't know. Maybe it'll get better once I can breathe a little, but I don't see it. There's almost a little bit of a soapy note in there. Like it's kind of hidden in there a little bit in the back end, but it peeks out a little. Yeah, this is just bad whiskey, man. I'd like it to be better, especially because I lugged it all the way back over the state line from New Hampshire because I couldn't find it here. I think I can now, or at least maybe some of the more recent releases. Maybe they're better. Lord knows I'm not that interested in finding out. Not after this thing. Yay, it's Independent Joe. Cheers, Joe. Oh, nice. Yeah, trying not to get too political, but yeah, this tariffs are getting ridiculous. I see it at work. When people try to ship stuff overseas, invariably, it doesn't matter what country it is now, the person on the receiving end will have to pay what's called landed costs, which is usually customs and fees, which before all of this BS, they didn't have to worry about that. But anyway. I'm guessing you must have shipped it some other method other than Canada Post, because as far as I know, Canada Post is still on strike. Something we can't do. Not legal. Ugh. Yeah. A little bit of sweetness on the front end, then sharp, bitter, maybe ever so slightly sour, but it's mostly sharp and bitter. And there's a little bit of sweetness and a slight soapy note kind of buried on the back. And I thought I was unimpressed. And I thought I was unimpressed with this. I'll take this every day over that Natterjack. Sheesh. Right on, Joe. I, I was thinking Ben was going to show. But I guess I started too late for him. Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Cheers, Ben. You gonna hop on? Yeah. See it all its shiny glory. Hmm. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you can keep that audio to yourself. Um, let's see. Actually, a new grocery store just opened about 5 to 8 minutes up the road from where I live, and they have a liquor store inside. And it's in its own little section, separated by its own door, and you got to buy anything in there from at the register in there. And it's not a whole ton. Most of us, the lowest common denominator easily sold. Some they had a few things in there that kind of made me take note. They had several blue notes. They had Green River. Um, yeah, exactly. Um, Irish selection was pretty paltry. Scotch selection was weird. They had a lot of the basic things that you would expect them to have. Macallan double cask. The blends like Black Label, Red Label. Uh, and then for some godforsaken reason, they have like 3 or 4 different Tullibardens. Why? Why would you waste shelf space on Tullibardin? We know, Ben. We know. But then they had 2 different Silver Seal independently bottled scotches. Just like, okay, that's random. The one thing in the bourbon they had that I almost bought, but I resisted just because I have a whole bunch of other expenses going on right now, and I shouldn't be buying bourbon. But I don't think I've ever seen it anywhere else around here. At least not that I can recall. Maybe one store, but I don't think so. Peg leg porker. They didn't have a price tag on it. That was what really kind of stopped me. It's like if I knew how much it was, I might ask and give it serious consideration. But I didn't feel like asking the clerk at that point. But but I figured I'd mention that and see if anyone has any thoughts on it. Peg leg porker, is that good bourbon? Okay, bourbon. Man, bourbon was a novelty label? I don't know. All right, finish off this garbage. I am not pouring any more of that crap. Ugh. Yeah, yeah, Ben. If you ever see this, don't buy it. Don't. All right, I was hoping Stacy was going to show up before I open this. This is another bottle that I've had sitting around for almost 2 years because I didn't have access to it, and I bought this on her recommendation. Four Leaf Whiskey, Stacy. This is J.J. Corey, the Hampton. Whoa. 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 Oh boy. I swear I haven't had that much to drink. I swear. Uh, Now, I believe they've since changed the labeling on their bottle, so this would be the old label. Whoa. And this has the same thing going on the other JJ Corey bottle I did. That cork wants to rocket out of there. Whoa. Whoa. See if we can see that slide out. Whoop. Hmm. Okay. That is very light. That's kind of behaving now. Link is pinned if anybody wants to hop on. You might have a slight cold because I'm having trouble with the nose on these things. And I know it's not COVID because I smelled some other stuff earlier and I could smell that clearly. So maybe it's just the more fragile odors I'm not picking up. This isn't going to work. Shoot. Um, I can't even. Man, it's really a shame. Really a shame what StreamYard did to themselves. Forgive me, I'm trying to pick it back now because I just realized the way I did this isn't going to work the way I wanted to. Uh, that might be a little too trippy. Two asteroids. Yeah, okay. I guess I'm going to have the speakeasy background all to myself because I am running my video through OBS. So I was trying to be fancy, and being fancy doesn't work when you don't pay for the high tier StreamYard. Yeah. I can tell you this much: if this tune keeps going on this way, I'm going to pull the plug at 10 because I don't need to sit here for 2 hours talking to myself. And no comments from the peanut gallery. Actually, yeah. The other reason I'm not buying anything right now is because I just dropped a bunch of money on concert tickets to see a certain Canadian band. I'm sure Donald can guess pretty easily which one it is. Some whiskey with 110 people pretty effectively siphoned off my audience. At least I'm not monetized like Kilco. I don't have to worry about inline. Not Mounties and the Moose. What? No, come on. How many Canadian bands have a big hubbub going on around them right now? Ha ha ha! They used to have music in Canada. God damn it! Some of it really good. Just I think a lot of it's yes, yep. And no, I didn't quite pay through the nose. I paid a little more than I would have liked to, but I've never seen them. And my buddy is a huge Rush fan. He actually saw them on their last tour with Neil Peart. Lucky prick. I'm talking, of course, about Rush. For those of you who don't know. Uh, so I will be seeing them in Boston next year. Ugh, come on, don't insult me. I wouldn't even go see. I wouldn't even go see. Wouldn't even go see Nickelback if it was for free. And I got somebody in the background here with no camera. It's Z-Man. Let me fix this mess. Uh, okay, there we go. Random mating calls. Isn't there some law, some it's like Canadian federal law that or regulation that like it's either 10 or 15% of all Canadian radio has to be local homegrown music? Well, we'll see if Z-Man shows up eventually. Right now, he's just a swirling circle there. Yeah, this is pretty good. Oh, I didn't know it was for TV and streaming too. I just knew about the radio one. Well, that explains the Trailer Park Boys. Kidding. And Z-Man has left us. I'm gonna let that breathe a little bit. Hopefully, this cork stays in place and doesn't keep trying to shoot out of the bottle. Seems to be doing okay now. Maybe. Maybe. Cheers, Josh. No, you nephew shot another deer. Well done. Z-Man is back. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm on StreamYard. Oh, anything else worth mentioning? Yeah, Donald. Like I mentioned in Spacey Stream, I stopped at a store that I don't go to very often. This must have been 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Actually, thinking back, it was over a month ago now. Actually, it was almost 2 months ago now. Gee. No, oh, sorry. Yeah, it was almost a month ago. Actually, it was just about a month ago, I think. And I stopped in there, and I've been in there before, and they tend to kind of have a weird selection. They'll have some of the comments out, and they'll have some stuff that clearly has been sitting on the shelf for a while, and no one because their clientele listening goes, "The hell is that?" Like the Belgian owl single malt. I think I asked Gert from Whiskey Lover Society about that, and he said it's good stuff. Stuff that was like 3 years ago at least, and it's still sitting there. But yeah, they had I think a single bottle of in the tube of Connemara 12, and I almost bought it. But it was like, yeah, $90. I'm tempted just because I never see it ever, ever. Maybe I'll go back at some point and pick it up once I'm flush with cash if it's still there. But it's not high on my list just for the price. Oh, oh, cold. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, the one, the only, the amazing. Why is StreamYard not working tonight? Hmm. I wonder if I'm going to have to restart my stream because Joe shouldn't be having issues. What is going on with StreamYard? That's not good. Hmm. You look at me. YouTube says I've got an excellent connection. Hang on. Look at the invite link. I think that's the same link. Hmm. I might just end up restarting this because nothing's really not working right now. This should be it's I'm using the free StreamYard. I'm not doing anything wacky. Hmm. All right, let's switch something here. It shouldn't be making a difference, but I'm going to try it.